Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Our first episode for the new year, so happy new year to 2022. Stacey and I, we're going to give you a review on a movie that y'all probably didn't see, and I'm not sure why I saw it, to be honest. But Stacey said, David, this is that bullshit. And I said, you know what? I got to check it out. So that's what we're doing. So we're talking about the movie ConSINsual, S-I-N. Which actually came out in 2010. I guess it just got put on BET like recently. And it actually expired last night. I guess 2022 was too good for this movie, I guess. So I had to pay $2 to finish it. It was worth it though. I mean, I was like, it's Tyler Perry level, what the fuck? But it was Tyler Perry fuckery, as Stacey would say. However, I felt done better, if you will. Like, I felt like, yes, production quality is not as good as some of the shows we watch, but the dialogue, all that was better. It was definitely better. Stacey, you want to take a crack at what this movie's about?
Part of it was the whole argument of consent between a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
If that's a thing or not. And it for me is, can you trust your husband to protect you? And if not, what do you do about it?
I submit that was a driving force in the movie. I would think that's one of the many factors that are discussed in the movie. I would say that the movie is about power or control, because at times characters gave and lost it to the person that they were talking to in seconds, you know what I'm saying? And it was interesting how that power struggle worked out between husband and wife, between friend and I don't know what the fuck, like all these relationships, it just between the cop and their suspects, like all of them gave and lost power in different ways. And you don't know who's in control of the situation, but it's still happening, right? Like and you're like, what? Like, let's just see what's gonna go next, because I don't even know what's happening, but I'm still interested. But what do we got? So we have a married couple, Angelica, and Angel and Terrence. So we got those two. They are a married couple, and basically it's about trusting them. They have a tendency to go out there and do like role playing to get their relationship going, but ultimately it came down to the fact that one night someone broke into their house and tried, and then as the husband says, don't take your ass upstairs, let's get out of here, hard-headed wife Angela goes, well, we're gonna go look into this, and then she got I mean, basically and then husband went the totally opposite way.
I screamed at I was like, did he just run off?
Look here. When you hard-headed, you got a soft behind. Like when I first saw it, I said he a bitch. That's what I said when I first saw it. But when I watched it again and I listened, right? Several times he said, this ain't something we need to be looking into. We together need to be moving out of here and get to a safe space. And Big Draw said, I'm going to go upstairs and look into this shit. And there you go.
But at first, I thought it was part of the little role play thing they had going on.
Me too.
And that she set it up so that he would come and like rescue her, and they would have this like hot, passionate like thing. But when he turned and went the other way, she was like, this nigga just like, her face was like
dropped. That,
and I still feel like it was a setup, because we never saw any type of investigation, no police reports, no nothing. There was a burglar in you guys' house, and that went nowhere. She bopped him on the head. He runs off into the night. We never hear anything about the burglar. But when she filed a report against her husband, that was like a whole thing.
So I see your point. So then I thought it was their friend Dylan, because Dylan was at the club when they first met. He's always at the club, actually. So he's always creeping and looking and shit. So I thought, to your point, like I thought maybe they hired him since he's a PI and that kind of shit to do the burglar thing, like you said, to kind of set it up so he could, you know, so Terrence could save the day. They start boning. Maybe Dylan gets in on it. I don't know, whatever.
That's what I thought. I thought it was gonna be like a swinger type situation going on.
I was like maybe once a month. Once a month you get tag team, but no, like she genuinely was like, what in the fuck? So if you look at the credits, the actor who played her ex-boyfriend Devin, he was the burglar, according to the credits.
Okay,
but I think what it was, they couldn't afford another actor, so they were like,
exactly.
Yeah, that you go ahead and play the burglar, bro, because you ain't coming back. Like we only shooting you once, and we can't afford a day actor, so fuck it, you do it. Because it didn't make sense because he wasn't introduced until later. Like the whole business idea was, if that was earlier in the thing, and then maybe Devin set up the burglary to show that Terrence wasn't shit to get, you know, like Angel to come back, then that would have been a story and they would have flushed that out, right? But it just, and then Terrence just looked at this dude, like walked past him, was like, excuse me, sir, I mean, after you. And then he just runs outside. I was like, the fuck is going on, bro? Like, try to punch him or something. You got a second chance to show your girl that you're worth something. But let's get, before we get into what consent means, you know, okay, which is a whole other shit this thing gets into. Let's talk about that. As a woman, I'll submit to you, if your man leaves you high and dry, how does that impact the relationship?
Divorce. Immediate. Like you can't come back from that as a man. You just can't. It's over.
You're done. Like you're done. Like you can't. There ain't no draws after that. Like there ain't no draws. Like if
you are a bitch, and you saw her. Like she kept punking him, like throughout the movie, because she was like, "I'm gonna see my ex," and she was like doing all this stuff. So
that's true. Yeah. She immediately,
once the respect is gone, you
can't get that back. You not
you're gonna be fucking your brother, your daddy. Like just go ahead and divorce amicably, split your assets, and go on about your life. That's what women are afraid of, because guys would be like, oh well, they always want like the bad guy, right? But that's like one of the biggest fears of a woman, that you gonna marry the nice guy. And this is what happens. He runs the other way.
Until he says, you know, okay, so her immediately losing respect for him. Immediately, right? Turns into her trying to get back with Devin, also trying to do the business deal. So not only is Terrence not a protector, he's also not a provider, because the house is for sale because they broke as fuck. And she's also throwing that into his face. She's like, Devin has enough money so we can retire on, and we don't have to sell our house, you bitch ass. So you can't pay for bills and you can't protect me. What are you bringing to this table?
Well, it was his business, right?
But
she's the one that kind of made it into
an enterprise. Yeah, expanded it, right? So as looking back on the movie, right? This is where she gets with her sister Jasmine and says, "Hey, fuck Terrence. What we're gonna do is set him up in a very convoluted way. We'll get to that bullshit, but ultimately we're going to kill him and take the business, and I'm gonna sign the papers with Devin, because Terrence don't want to sign." So she's like, if Terrence dies, then it's her business, and she should have just killed her husband and been done with it, right? Like, what was the whole point? Because then we get into the truly what the fuck is going on here, that Jasmine, Terrence's sister-in-law, seduces him into raping her sister, his wife, to show her that he's still in control because he got that power.
Man, please don't do this.
Don't this. This is the dumbest shit ever. Like, he recreates the scene that made him look like a bitch in the first place and does to her what she was afraid was going to happen to her because he was a bitch. It's just a reminder of his bitch level. Like, why would you do that? But what messed me up though, right? It's like the hood comes off. He looking like a raccoon with the makeup across the eye.
It was clear to him because he has these huge eyes anyway. So you saw the eyes, and I'm like, this is not okay.
Like the bill don't go. But I mean, but as an actress, as a woman, like Angel really sold the like you're raping me.
She did.
So
I thought she was gonna kill him because remember after it happened the first time, she was like, "I'm never trusting a man again. I go to the range twice a week."
Right.
I thought she was just gonna blast him and be done with it, but she completely like freaked out and went complete woman. Like, what was all that hardness that she was talking about before? No, she was like,
So let's look into this, right? So this first time, right? Like you said, oh my God, like she turned into fucking Harrison when he actually got faced a real threat. And he's like, oh my God, I'm peeing on myself. And did she get raped? I'm confused because later on, after she presses charges,
that confuses shit to me.
And then once you press charges, aren't you getting arrested? Like that's arrested.
They were still living together and everything. I was like, what is happening?
Then wait. Then when he does the second rape, and she's like, stop, no, I don't want this. And he's like, no, you want this dick. And then she wants the dick. And then I'm like, did I miss something? Like did they cut that? I was like, wait, did she have before that? Then she has makeup sex with him, consensual this time, to say she's sorry for pressing charges against him?
That was confusing because remember the detective came to the house and he was like, where's your wife?
Yes.
And the detective was like, well, how did you get to keep a woman like that? And he's like, oh, I'm the man. And like, I was like, what is happening? In the beginning, I was like, this is the worst actor ever. But then as it went along, I was like, is he the good guy or is he the bad? Like, this is...
You don't know. And that's why it's good. There is no good guy. There is no bad guy. It's just people. Like there's people doing wild shit and you don't know who you're rooting for. So Detective Edwards plays a pretty major role in all this shit when it all comes together. So first, this brought me to Basic Instinct or something. When Angel is giving her statement to Detective Edwards, I'm like, what in the fuck is happening? Because first she starts off with, I'm not a victim, but I'm reporting my husband raped me, right? And that's serious, right? But he's like, rape you? I mean,
and like,
that's not store out words. Come on now, girl. I mean, maybe you're just playing hard to get, right? I don't know. So she's and then he's like, oh my, like he starts to believe it, right? He's like, oh shit, like he took, and he's like, well, does he have any sexual assault history? Which why are you asking her when you're the cop? Like, shouldn't you know that shit? Like, shouldn't you look into that? Which he does later somehow.
Magically uncovers a sealed case.
Which by then he's already working with Terrence at this point. That we find it like, so I'm like, what? But so anyway. So the entire, like, what did you think when he was like, well, does he have any deviant behavior? And she's like, all men have deviant behavior.
I can agree with that.
You can or you don't?
I can't.
Okay, so you think all men like to spank a woman's ass because that's the only time they can hit a woman?
Absolutely. Listen, if a woman say do this to me, y'all would absolutely do it. You sure? You sure? Oh, okay.
If a woman said again, if a woman said you can do what?
Anything. Like if a woman comes to you and she be like, you know what? I always had this fantasy of such and such, and y'all be like, nah. But then, like, if you insist, I'm only doing it because you're asking me. You know, deep down inside, y'all know y'all want to do that shit. Y'all like,
no. So all right. So this is okay. Anyway, the performance I thought was amazing because she went from stoic, I'm not a victim, to seducer in a second. Like she was like, have you ever spanked your wife's ass? I'm like, what? I mean, do you ever pull her hair and ride her doggy style? I was like, what the fuck? Like, is she gonna uncross her legs? And this is some basic instinct shit. I was like, what's about to happen? I was ready for anything at that point. Then she gets into the victim. Then she starts crying. She's like, I can't, like, he did this to me. And Detective Edwards is like, I'm here for you. She got him. She's like, I'm here for you. He tells her about his wife who's dying of cancer and how he would carry her. And that's important because once you figure out that it's Terrence who uses the wife as leverage to get the cop on his side, that doesn't make sense because he never told him about the wife. He told her about the wife, which means she should have used that to get leverage. Like it, I was like, what? And one of them didn't rape somebody at 16. So I'm like, what? Which I did. So this interrogation thing was going on, and I was like, what? Okay, so cop is on board, and Angel was raped. Even her friend Tara was like, hold up. Let's not be throwing out the word rape and everything and pressing charges and shit. And I'm like, what?
Remember that when he interviewed Dylan and Dylan was like, oh, I think she raped him and all this stuff. I was like, what?
I love the comparison of Tara and Dylan's interview, right? Like that was awesome, them going back and forth, right? Because Tara was like, it's all his fault, like it's not her. Like Dylan's like that bitch is crazy. I mean, she likes all kinds of wild shit. Like it's if anything goes wrong, it's her, right? So I was like, that's awesome. But again, I'm looking at once you know that Detective Edwards works with Dylan and Terrence to take down like Angel. You're like, when did this cop get on board? Because every moment he's like, Terrence a piece of shit. I gotta get rid of him. I'm trying to protect this woman who all of a sudden is like, we're good. Hold up. Terrence gets interviewed. Detective Edwards is choking the shit out this dude. I'm like, what? This is not even legal. Like, I'm like, what is happening? He's like, you like to hurt women, motherfucker. I was like, what? I was like, oh shit, he's gonna kill him right here in this room.
It still doesn't make any sense how that whole thing.
It doesn't like they did it was a lot of good twists and turns, but they did not do enough to justify at least the cop. Detective Edwards came out of absolute nowhere, and it was not until Terrence hands him the money, and all of a sudden it's always that briefcase. It's the arm sling. He should have had the arm sling. Terrence should have got shot by Angel.
Remember, the sister got shot. Right, the first shot, I was like, she's gonna have an arm sling, but then they finished her off. I was like, oh
shit!
But they always aim for the shoulder.
Right there. He should have got shot in the thing, had the arm sling, got the briefcase, the standard attache briefcase, hands him the cash of money that he can't put in the bank.
Like $5,000-$10,000. That's not a lot of money.
Let's not do that. let's not put that much effort into it because it made no sense. But he still hands him it wasn't until he said, I hope things go well with your wife. And I was like, he has a wife? Like, I totally forgot about the whole cancer thing.
The cancer thing, because he needed money for treatments, I guess.
Yeah, because he said it's too expensive or it's too experimental. But he didn't tell him that. He told fucking Angel that. So
Angel told him that, but
we never. Why would
it was off camera?
Damn it, Kim. Damn. I was like, this is wild. Okay, so man leaves you. He can't provide for you. You leaving this dude is what I'm hearing. All right, so let's move on to really the main topic of this thing is what is consent? Terrence interrogation, cop says, you say stop, like you raped your wife. When am I supposed to stop? When she says no? Yes. When she says no the second time? Yes. When she says no the third time, no, that's assault and you're getting arrested. Like I think 2 probably, but definitely 3. You're a sexual predator and you're going to jail. Like he's like, well, what happens when she has an orgasm? I'm like, what the? what? It's like, what if she kisses you afterwards? I'm like, what is happening? Does he really?
And that was confusing because he really was acting like I'm the good guy, but then he just kind of just went like it was confusing.
The conversation between Terrence, Dylan, Tara, and Jasmine in the kitchen was by far the craziest shit like I've seen. Like with just dialogue. This is the wild. I was like, what? Because you don't know who's right, who's wrong. Like what is happening? Like, how do you even making some of these logical statements? Like, how are you making these leaps? Like okay, so then you got Dylan is consistent.
Very consistent.
He's like, men are in charge, women are here to serve us. If they marry, if you're a wife, your job is to please your husband 100%, period, no matter what you're going through, even your period. And like, that was a good one. So then, like, Jasmine is like playing both sides, right? Because it's Dylan on the extreme end, and you got Tara on the other end. So Tara, for the most part, is like, no means no. You can't even she was like, if my husband needed it, it's my job to do it because I'm the woman. But once I say no, and he's like, I'm still taking it, that's rape, right? Dylan is like, it can't be rape because I'm your husband. Once I put the ring on the finger, your butt belongs to me no matter what. And then you had Jasmine like physically and philosophically going between like Tara and Dylan. And that's why you thought there were a couple, right? Because she's up there like making out with this dude, like in the thing while she's like
married.
I was like, define your relationship. Because first, when she's physically with Tara, she's like, a woman's body is her own temple, and we fought so long for the right. You know, it's only been since 1978 that a husband can even be accused of raping his wife. I was like, oh shit, man. I was like, I was born in 1978. I was like, damn, that's a long time. I was like, but then when she physically moves over to Dylan and stroking his chest and kissing him on the neck and shit, she's like, sometimes you gotta take that ass. I mean, sometimes a woman just wants a man to be strong. And I'm like, what? What's up with you?
Women are complicated creatures. You know, sometimes we want the gentleness, sometimes we want a little something extra. But it's your job as the man to figure out who you're dealing with and where's you need a safe word. I'm a fan of safe words because no means no, but another word may mean something else. Like, you gotta have safe words. You gotta have an understanding. Like, this is okay. You push boundaries. But when I say this, it's like, stop. Or else you'll be catching the case.
Right? It's like you can't choke her out every day. I mean, sometimes you got to know the situation. Like maybe she feels like it right now. She don't want to say it, but maybe she feels like it a little bit, you know. And I'm like, that's how motherfuckers get locked up. That's what happened. Apparently, that's what happened to Terrence when he was 16, because he's like, they never really got into that. So like, did he really rape her, or was he set up? And why do you keep the picture?
How did Angelica find out?
So
because she knew what coming in.
So Angelica finding out kind of makes sense if you think that her DA sister told her.
Oh,
possibly. I'm saying, you know, like that would make a little bit more sense. I mean, but again, they never flushed it out. And again, why is he carrying her picture around all these years? If he was falsely accused, then I'm just trying to remember the evilness of a woman. Like, why the fuck are you keeping this picture in your wallet? Like from high school. I didn't get that. And then also we find out, which makes a lot of sense. We find out that both daughters, both sisters were molested by their dad.
Well, I didn't get that Angelica was. I knew that Jasmine was.
No,
they
both were. And because Jasmine said that, which is confirmed by Angela later, Angela was like, she said Angela liked it. That's what she said, because she blames Angela for the family kicking Jasmine out when she fessed up to it, when she told her mom and dad about it. She's saying her sister must have liked it because she stayed and got her kicked out of the house. So they were both like, and then it's true. Remember, because when Jasmine brings it up to Terrence, he's like, because she told him, she's like, this is why I got kicked out of the house because right, and she's like, she liked it, and Terrence's response was like, she was innocent, and I'm like, so hold the fuck up, bro. You faked raped your wife, who you knew was being raped by her dad when she was a kid, not once but twice. I'm like, what in the fuck? Like that's what you don't do. Like that's what, and then you protect her when someone's about to assault her because she probably has some type of trauma about this shit. And I'm like, you know what it reminded me of? Monogamy. When old season 2, when old girl was sitting up there playing with herself in front of old boy because she was having, remember?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, when the sex games get weird, you might want to call, pineapples. You might want to call pineapples. There could be a reason. Don't be so excited that she wants to do some wild shit. There may be a reason. When she sit up there like, say I'm a bad girl and you'll kill me if I tell. That's when you say pineapples and be like, I'm out. Like, I don't know what the hell you got going on, but I don't need to be a part of it. I'll tell you that right now. Because like, that's not okay. Even so again, back to Angel to be like, why do men want to be called daddy? I was like, that's a good point. These are good points. But again, once you find that she was molested by her daddy, it's like it gets even more fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think about those kind of things, it depends on these situations. I was confused. Yeah. So again, when Angels, and so Angel is working again. You find out at the end, Angel's been working with Jasmine this whole time. Did they say, okay, you convinced Terrence to try to rape me, and I will use that as leverage against him?
No, I didn't understand that.
Hello, how's it going? Did you see this movie, Jay? Because it's a lot. They don't explain when did people get on board with said plans. They don't explain that.
I thought that once he punked out and she was like, I can't trust this nigga. Then her and the sister got together and was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell the company. I'm gonna pay you X amount, and then we just get rid of him. But then the sister wanted half, and I guess that wasn't the agreed upon amount. So she was like, oh, this greedy bitch, I'm gonna kill her too. Is that the correct understanding? Because
that is what they tried to present to us. The problem is they didn't show the original deal, to your point. I mean, was it like 60-40? Was it 70-30? And then she wanted more money because they finally got to, that's usually what happens in this thing, right? They make an agreement, one partner wants more, and the other partner says, fuck it, I'll just kill you.
I always hate when they get to the point where they're supposed to kill and then they just want to talk. It's like, just kill this nigga and get it on.
Be done with it. Why are we having a whole fucking conversation? But this is how the villain gets caught.
But he did jump in front of her that time when the sister pulled the gun.
Okay.
He did block her that time.
Okay.
Because at first I thought he was gonna hide behind her. Because he's a bitch.
He's a bitch. Because he has to have scripts of when he's supposed to be strong. And like
he's only strong when his penis is hard, apparently.
And he's dealing with a woman.
Yes.
So when he threats a woman, he put on his big boy pants and do that. And so looking back on it. So when after they're in the house, they're having the party, Tara comes over, whatever. Terrence walks by the bathroom and hears the two sisters talking, and she's like, he's ordinary. I need more than that. And I think, to me, that's when he was like, I gotta watch this bitch. And then he put Dylan on her. I'm assuming because Dylan was down for a while. You don't know when officially he got on board.
But he's a PI anyway, right?
Yeah, but to be like, and again, why was he was there scene one? Why was he there at the club looking at them? Why was he there again the second time? Like every time they went out, and why are you taking your ex-man Devin to the same club that you take your husband to? Like you want to be caught. Like you want.
She was fucking him.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm taking my ex. Yes. I'm taking
Yes.
my ex to the same place to take my husband. I'm gonna sit there and flirt in his face, knowing that my husband probably bitch ass followed me there, which he did. I'm surprised she didn't fuck.
Now that being is interesting how she's told him, because apparently they broke up several times before, she and Devin. He must have cheated before, because she's like, look, like I don't cheat like you. Like so but interesting, that being said, that she called him later on, was like, hey, I'm gonna see you later. Like she was
right.
So like flirting, she liked the chase. She likes the attention, she liked the chase, but that don't mean you're gonna get it though. So if she would have did all that to Devin, flirting, chasing, and then he's the one that breaks in the house and tries to rape her, and then like that would have made some type of sense, something, and then they maybe try to take him down. I was just like, this is too much. Tara meant nothing. Like she brought nothing. Her ex-husband, her current cheating husband, brought nothing to the storyline. I thought that was going to go somewhere, since it's always being brought up, and it was nothing. And her constant, he likes to role play, he likes to do chains. When? Like Terrence did none of this stuff. Like he put on his raccoon makeup and was like, I'm gonna take it from you. And I'm like, what?
I was like, I know he's not considering this advice. Like, this doesn't even make sense. Yeah, you need to take it. She don't want it. He's like,
yeah.
I figured he would like take some karate classes and then set Dylan up to break in, and then he saves her, and then she like, oh,
I gotta give you the ass now, because you actually redeemed yourself, right? That would have been round two, maybe not in the same way, not at the car, so she freaks the hell out. Like maybe like not in the house, maybe at the car, like he's at the club, right? And then an assailant comes. That would have been something. Then what would have happened is that at this point, Angel is like, I gotta defend myself. She has said gun, and she shoots Dylan, and then she's like, I had to save myself again. He's like, oh shit, that was Dylan. We just said, oh fuck, we gotta clean up this body. This is our fault. It was my fault. And then that becomes the story. And then Detective Evers comes in and investigates the murder, and then they gotta try to clean that up. Like that would have been cool. I thought Tara, actually, this is what I thought was really gonna happen. I thought you were gonna find out that Jasmine and Angel aren't like blood sisters, like they're like stepsisters, and like they were gonna get it on. Like I thought at the end, because it had a like Wild Things type of like Scream type of thing, where like, it's not one villain, it's two villains, like they're working together. And like I thought at the end, like especially when we find like the two women were working together at some level to take out Tara, I thought they were gonna be like, yep, like we're both adopted. She like let's say, so I think Angel was the youngest. She was the youngest. So let's say she was adopted, and fucking, so now they're not really blood, but they grew up together and they had to come together because like daddy was molesting them. So anyway, like they were together. They were a couple.
Found out that they killed their daddy or something.
Something, right? The man's raping you. Like we had to kill the dad. You know what I'm saying? And now we're gonna set dad up the way we're gonna set Terrence up the way we set dad up, because he was killed in a mom killed dad, like murder suicide. And they set all that up because mom didn't protect him from being molested, So now it's like, we're going to do the same thing to Terrence, as he doesn't protect me, and And then there you go. But then she ultimately turns on her sister because her sister wants more, or her stepsister wants more money, her foster sister. And then they could have been like that. Like they had room to, not that they didn't do a good job of giving you things to watch, of like what is happening. But they could have tied some things together better. It could have worked. Yes, because I'm again. What was the point of Tara? What was the relationship between Jasmine and Dylan, if at all? Like I don't even know, because Jasmine, like, she was giving everybody hand jobs. Like if she, like when she confronted,
she kissed Terrence.
That's what I'm saying. And then like she was like, you like right as she's saying you need to go home and rape my sister, like they're almost kissing. And it's like she's working them up to be like, I'm gonna get you horny, and now you go home and fake rape my sister or real rape my sister. And I'm like, what? And then when she confronts him about like stay the course, right? First, he's in charge. He's like, look, you don't have to tell me what the fuck to do. No, this is my thing. You got my face. Then all of a sudden she became in charge and he's cowering on the ground. And I'm like, this is crazy. I was like, this is good. Like, damn it, Tyler Perry. Like, I say that because I just feel like he should watch this movie and then like stick it in the Oval. Like somewhere, like Hunter and Victoria, like Victoria have some shit like this. Like he could first for vice president and his wife, they could do something like this between those two. Hunter loves himself some black women, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe he sees second lady as his new concubine, and then like he tries to go after her, and then like vice president doesn't protect her from him, so she's like, you a bitch and I gotta get rid of you. So then she has to work with Secret Service, some Secret Service agents to get rid of him, that kind of stuff. Tyler Perry, this feel like something Tyler Perry would have wrote, not as well executed, but he could easily came up with this idea. Is that level of what the fuck? Especially you got the sexual trauma, and like that's definitely Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got a lot of things that he would be interested in. What's up?
I was thinking about if loving you is wrong, but the woman actually shot the guy. Yeah, I think her boyfriend tried to rape her and she ended up killing him and she went to jail. I don't know, but it wasn't the same thing. Like the white lady was cuckolding her husband for a while because she had this black baby out of nowhere. And then she gonna tell him, maybe you had some black ancestors back in Britain because he was British.
Man.
Like, ma'am, this baby's black. And you've been fucking our black neighbor. Then it turns out it wasn't the neighbor's baby, so they had to figure out which black man in the neighborhood fathered the kid. It was wild.
Mr. Perry, bro. So now you got me thinking, I was like, maybe I go back and watch it, but like, I got too many things going on right now. But when things get real bad, maybe like, you know what, I got to see, like probably first two seasons are good and then it goes to shit. Like Tyler Perry, he can't keep it going. He can't keep it up. All right. Well, that's what she said. Anyway, or he, depending on the situation. All right. So anything else for this movie? Look, y'all, you need to watch it. It's $2. I submit it's worth the $2. I paid $40 for Black Widow, and I'm mad as fuck. Like I want $40 because it was supposed to be like the advanced digital release instead of going to the theaters. So you don't have to go get COVID, you can watch the movie, and I want every one of those dollars back. Like I would definitely say you should rent this movie for $2. Well worth the money, and you will enjoy it. If you bought it, I mean, you could buy it for $9. I won't go that far, but if you could watch it a couple times and still go what? And I had to watch it at least twice just to be like, to act like I somewhat understood what I was like, why this stuff was happening at some point. I was like, and then I'm like, again, it's like is she into it? Like, is she not? I had to go back to the scene again. I was like, maybe I'm missing something. I need to be missing something because she was screaming like, stop, why? And I was like, oh shit, this guy's a bastard. I was like, he should be murdered like right now. And then I'm like, well, maybe not. Because
like she said, if she don't do it, some other woman gonna do it for her husband. So
and again, is that her sexual trauma coming back out? You know what I'm saying? And she's trying to act it out because I don't think she obviously ever went to therapy for this shit. Like they could have flushed that out. You know what I'm saying?
In the beginning, like the first scene, they're role playing about him picking her up.
Yeah.
So that was their thing. We just didn't really see the extent of what they typically do. That's why I thought that it was going to be like a swingers thing, or
like every once in a while, maybe
they have that way. And I was like, "Where are you taking me?" I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go that way.
You're looking for the throuple. You're okay with that, right? Right. It's like somehow Tara is like the vanilla in their chocolate every once in a while.
Or
Just to be
Dylan
like,
was gonna hop in, or Tara and Dylan, or the
whatever.
whole crew. Like, but
Sister
no, we got the raccoon thing.
Raccoons. Wow.
I was like, what?
I was like, why was up the raccoon makeup, bro? Like, I didn't even get it. I didn't. It was that was the most hilarious thing. It was the most hilarious thing.
That's like if you're not supposed to tell if the person is black or white, so they just put black around their eyes.
Yeah, but he's black as fuck. So it's like, and then what would have happened if she didn't take off the mask? Like, she's the one that took off the mask. Was he really gonna finish making her think that she got raped by a burglar and then run away? I mean, like, what was his game plan?
I don't think he thought it did.
I was like, you faked the business trip?
Conveniently had a ski mask in the car and decided to come home and break his.
I mean, he clearly had. So if we would have found out that like Jasmine was behind that whole thing, like she came up with the scenario, she gave him the mask to be like then it would have been more twisted, but it would have made more sense about like why this mild-mannered man would even try this shit, because this clearly was not him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so far. It seemed like he was like Dylan said, he was living out the script that she wanted, even though she clearly didn't want it to that night or something. And then like, cause she went to the thing. How did she go? So she went to the cop. I mean, she pressed charges. This is not what you do when it's like, I really want this. Like, she's like, I really need to turn up the excitement in our relationship. I need the cops to be investigating you. Like, bitch, I'm about to go to jail. I was like, that's real sex. I was like, oh, I'm getting all kinds of worked up. You could be in jail for the rest of your life. I was like, And then
you'll send him to jail so he can get ass raped. And then that's like another part of the family. I don't know. This was some wild shit.
Wait. If they own 3 restaurants, shouldn't this made some kind of local news to be like, hey, famous chef of 3 restaurants is arrested for raping his own wife? Like, I mean, how's that going to hurt the business sale? And Devin never comes back to address any of this shit. To be like, hey, he did what? Like that. She could be like, I want Devin to whoop your ass to prove why we should be together because he's a strong man. And
she was dead, right?
No.
Right, because she had already signed the paperwork conveniently. So Dylan was able to finalize and get the deposit in cash. That makes no sense. He's not an officer of the company, is he?
No, he's a private detective. But let's not. It don't make like he don't come check on the fact that this man like she got murdered by the cops. I thought y'all supposed to be a couple.
That would have made the news.
That would have made the news. Cop kills wife. It's some type of like triangle murder or something. Who also killed the sister. I was like, a DA. She worked for the DA's office. Like,
he was.
So like that should have been something. Damn it. The more you know. The more you think I mean, you gotta watch. You gotta watch and see what this is about. Anyway, guys. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. It had me thinking. I like that.
Don't get no cut out. I don't want to see Terry on the news.
Oh shit. Like, that she got me. No, I know. I ain't gonna be none of that bullshit. Because I know. Too many daddies come out of a girl's mouth. I'm like, hey. Let's cut that shit off right here. Because ain't no daddies here. So you definitely got some issues you're working out. I don't play that. Anyway, pineapples. I'm gonna get the bag. Like, hey, baby. I don't even do. I can't. I don't talk none of that. It just seems weird. Like I don't like it. It's fake as fuck. Like when I was dating, like talk dirty. I was like, no, that's not really my thing because it's gonna get weird. And as Chris Rock says, we may take that shit too far. Like maybe she like fuck me. But who you calling a hoe? Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Went too far. Never mind. See,
it's a very fine line.
And you got to know when she's ready for it. Like some days she on the whole level days. Some days she ain't. You know what I'm saying? You got to catch her on the right day. And she don't want to tell you. She wants you to know, which is that bullshit. But she wants you to know. So this way she don't have to tell herself that she's doing that freaky shit. She can just be like, well, it was what my man wanted to do. And she can blame it on you, even though she's okay with it. But then she's not okay with it. And then you going to jail. It's a thing. Either way, 1 no is bad. 2 no's is assault. 3 no's, that's a felony. Like you got to remember these things. You go
to jail and get ass free.
And you could be saying no, and they ain't gonna hear you either. They're gonna be like, shh, it's okay. Anyway, all right. Oh no, not the. He said. Speaking of that, P Valley will be back sometime, probably in the spring. That's not feeling. That's not feeling. February, March, April, because probably book 4 will probably be a 3-month run. So you're probably like around April, I would say ish. But anyway, we got Power tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We got Dexter tomorrow, 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go back and watch the first 5 episodes of season 2 again. Make sure I got all my plot holes and stuff. So I substantively have a good conversation. Congratulations to Mark Dark. Not anybody watch our channel like that, but congratulations to Mark Dark. He made 100,000 subscribers. He got an award and everything. I was like, he be clapping them cheeks. I was like, good work. That being said, this is not even related, so I don't know why I put it together like this is related. Are you gonna do This Is Us?
I'm trying.
All right. Let's do that if you can. If you can, we'll check out the first episode to see how you feel. If it's too emotional, I get it. I ain't trying to be crying every week.
Oh, every episode is
crying. Like, damn it, no. I was like, no, Randall, don't do it, bro.
And I hate when they went to the end. You almost made it, and then they'll do something at the end. You'd be like, God damn it!
I told you once the theme song for the episode starts playing, somebody crying. There's gonna be some crying shit going on. That's what I do. I come in about the last 5-10 minutes. I'm like, oh, there's a song. I'm like, what's the message? What's the message for this episode? Go ahead, Randall. You got this one. Usually it's Randall. I was like, or Kate, because she's losing her shit. Rebecca, when she like sit up there like, I was like, damn, girl, she's gonna have a heart attack one day. Just run down the street, be like, boom. I was like, oh, then I realized she had that handicapped neighbor. I felt real fucked bad about that when they were take care of the baby. But the guy was like, shut your music down. Some white dude. Anyway, it was later on the seasons. And I was like, what's going on with this dude? He's like, you need to move your car because I had.
What do they do for a living?
Okay, so Kate's retired, right? Well, she never had a job. Actually, she's never had a job. Now she
did those singing telegrams like season 1 or 2 or whatever. Then she went to fat camp. And then what the hell has she been doing?
She now works with her future man. Actually, she got a job. British dude. She works at a special needs school. She's a singer. She's like a substitute teacher / singer at a special needs school.
So she don't.
No, we don't know. We don't know. Like that's what this season is going to explain. But at some point, he takes a job in San Francisco and leaves her here with the baby. He's going to like commute or whatever because he's trying to get back to IT because he lost his job. So that's what he's doing. So like this season starts, I guess he's in San Francisco. He's commuting from San Francisco. She's working at the special needs school. And then the flash forward season finale was a wedding. And it turned out to be her wedding. And then you see the British dude like walking down the street and the good looking brother, Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin goes, he's like, hey, can I make a joke about my brother-in-law? Because you think it's his wedding the entire year, because he's always got some woman he's banging. So you think it's his wedding, but then it turns out it's actually Kate's wedding, and so clearly she and chubby dude didn't make it. So and then it looks like Kevin created the Big 3 construction company that his dad, it all goes back to Jack. So he fulfills Jack's dream of being creating a construction company, which I think that's how they create the house that Kate lives in. Cause like in the future, like Rebecca's like, she crazy as shit. And like, so Kevin is taking care of her, cause the Alzheimer's is kicked in. So she's starting to lose her memory now. So like, huh?
Did the Puerto Rican husband die?
So that's another thing. So you don't see him in the flash forward. So we're assuming that he died at some point because now her son is taking care of her. So he must have died. He must have. So that all that probably is gonna get flushed out this last season. And then like Randall's still with his wife. They're good, and 2 kids, whatever. I'm kind of hoping they get a spinoff. I like because he's a hard to show for a lot of people. I mean, I was like, so it'd be interesting if like he and his daughters, maybe just his daughters get a spinoff, and then he's like there, parents are there, like they go off to college. You don't want to see a different world in a different world. She cute, but like she's the Yaz of the show. Don't give a fuck about her, man.
But you do see her though. She's always in the background cheesing.
She ain't got no storylines or nothing. She's kind of there though, look cute. I was like, damn
That's
it, yeah. Just to be cute and adorable, because I was like, what? You got no success of anything, girl. Your sister trying to figure out what the hell she is and who she is. The adopted one. I mean,
all the time. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was like,
she's giving us Kate 2.0.
Yeah. So I can safely say I don't think I've ever watched a full episode, like from beginning to end.
Really?
But yeah, because Terry watched the entire, like she rewatched the entire series, so I was watching it like from like pieces from time to time, but I could see the trends in the characters, and I was like, got it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna watch the first episode with her. It's a bonding moment, and then like if it's clearly something.
Just watch the very first episode all the way through, and if you don't have snot just dripping down, like I don't know what to say.
I mean, I get caught up. I mean, I feel like when you get that last song, I mean, you come together like
first episode.
All right. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. And I was saying, like, I gotta catch up because I was like, so I was thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch the season. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it with Terry. If you feel like you want to review it, that's fine. If not, I understand, because like we'd be bandwagoners. Like we're just coming in like at the end.
I definitely watched it in the beginning, but Kate was just getting on my nerves the last couple of seasons. So I just watch it in spurts.
So that's what I said. Don't worry about it. We got other things to catch up on anyway. So we got Yellow. I want to do Yellow Jackets because Kim and Chris said it was good, and then we got asked for that. So eventually we got to catch up on that. We got the Oval this week. The Oval should be back, and then we got the Oval, and no, we don't have that. Queens and all them, they should be coming back in the next couple of weeks. Again, we got House Divided on the 13th. So that's gonna be back. Our Kind of People was the second worst rated show when they did the mid-season like rankings. And then like
the worst.
Jake's show, The Big Leap. They're both Fox shows, but it was bottom. And then like they were like number second to the bottom. I was like, God damn. I mean, that show's definitely canceled. I mean, ain't no doubts, but like Our Kind of People, they're like, we don't want to say it yet, but we'll see how somehow Queens is, I don't know. Fuck, man. I was like, this is too much, man. Just makes me sad. I was like, but we and I found this other channel, and this woman also too was like, I don't know what the hell is happening. I was like, with this show, I was like, it ain't just me. Like, it's not just us. Like a lot of people go, and then with I watched one of her reviews of Our Kind of People, and she was like, it goes by so quickly. Like it's like they don't stop at shit. Like it don't make sense. Like how fast they're moving with this stuff. And I'm like, exactly. So like the episodes that I was really mad about, I just want to see what she thought. I was like, all right. So again, I'm not just being overly critical, because some people just like, you just always complaining, David. I was like, sometimes the guy be me. That's what we do. That's why you come to the channel, to be like, fuck this show. I don't know if you put down a t-shirt, but I'm gonna be like, fuck this show. Big F this show. We're gonna come up with the merch. Once we get to 1,000, we could be there. We got just one more, damn it. We just need one more. And we gotta keep it though. We got to keep it for a couple of days, like because one person says, "Yeah, I'm doing Iron Panther Presents." Now we're back in the 90s. So I'm like, so we get like 1,005. I'll be like, that's a comfortable 1,000. And then we can look at expanding.
Be nice for like a week, David.
You're asking way too much, because I'm gonna shit on Destiny tomorrow. I already know that. It's too late. Like the show is shit. Like we just gotta ride it out. We gotta ride it out.
Somebody else's review of the last episode, and they were like, "Oh, this is so great! Oh, I can't wait to get more." I was just like, what? And it was like two people was like, "Just don't make no sense" in the comments. And then they asked some question, and I was like, "That's a good ass question." I can't remember what it was. Anyway.
I said, if you remember, we got to think about that. It's like certain things. I didn't until one of our commenters brought up the whole like why is the sheriff not worried about Kurt anymore? And since the last episode is called Sins of the Father, that's episode 10, right? Like she will officially solve the Bay Harbor Butcher murders. And I'm gonna be like, you can kiss my black ass. If they take this back to that Captain Batista comes and officially exonerates the late Detective Dokes for all those murders.
They might do that.
That would be some bullshit, but that would be something. That would be something because old girl was like, she spent the rest of that series like it wasn't him. Like, why are they doing this to him? She's the only one that believed in him. And if they could do that would make Batista of all characters like worth it. They bring him back for that. That would be awesome. And it's like, you're under arrest, Dexter Morgan. He's like, fuck all that. Like, much like Angel in this thing, death by cop. It was obvious when she pulled out the gun. I was like, okay, so Detective Edwards is gonna have to shoot her. That's this bullshit's gonna go down.
Just talking. Just get to shoot. Pew,
just
pew,
pew, and be gone. Just sneak out into the night. She's like, detective's out there. He's on my side. Like, no, I already paid him off. When? Like, it just, damn it. It didn't make any sense. I was like, just too many questions. Good twists and turns, but I was like, there's too many. Anyway. All right. I'll see you for your notes tomorrow. Wayne, when I get done with that. It's on Amazon. It's good. Wayne, yeah, I seen the link. Girl, you gotta go sleep. Girl, you tired?
Waking up. Then I went to sleep and I woke up and went to sleep, woke up. Too many fireworks. It was loud.
You got fireworks in the neighborhood?
They were started like when we did our thing yesterday.
Yeah.
They started then and it went till maybe like 3 a.m. Just
damn. So in El Paso, our neighbors, they did fireworks, but they would like party all night. So like it'd be like in our house is like right here. So we hear that shit all night. That was a pain in the ass. And then here, like there would be fire. We didn't hear them last night, but usually there's fireworks, like 4th of July and stuff like that. I was like, isn't that illegal to be shooting stuff like in the neighborhoods and stuff? Like how y'all get away with that shit?
Fireworks were illegal in Georgia for like years. Because I remember as kids, we used to smuggle them over here.
Look here, Chris. Damn it. Like, we got him. I was like, we finally got the fireworks bandit. Stacy.
Well, it wasn't illegal to have them. You just could purchase them in Georgia.
Okay.
So when I lived in Alabama, we would smuggle them over to my aunt's house.
Transfer.
We were trafficking.
I'm like, this again. Words matter. Let's not do that. I try and get caught up. Be like, Stacey that she's a trafficker of what? People? No, fireworks. Damn it, the real threats. Because they can burn down houses. I mean, they are dangerous. If you don't know how to do it.
For kids, they were like, "You'll lose a finger."
Oh yeah. Like take out an eye. You're just like, what's
and
that?
Back then, they were like real deal fireworks. Like they were like some explosive shit.
Oh, so I can't fuck with that. I'm like, I felt like I always had sense. I was like, nah, this thing looks like it could go dangerous. I was like, I don't want to do that. I like my fingers. I already messed up my one finger. So I thought about that. Yeah, I fucked it up. I tried to make a laser and I stuck a piece of metal into the wall socket, like the top and the bottom. And thank the Lord that I did not try to pull both ends out at the same time, because my dumb ass wouldn't be here. So like I pulled out one, I tried it, I singed my fingers. And I was like, how am I still alive? Like, fuck. I bring that up because there's a lot of things I see on TV, like to be like, these kids are doing this shit to themselves, but you want to blame the company? Like sometimes you gotta be like, Darwin. Sometimes that shit just how it is, bro. Like they're designed to try to hurt themselves. Like you gotta watch kids. Like you can't because it's a
story about Alexa. The girl asked Alexa to do something. They were like, stick a penny in the thing or something.
Yes. And the parents are like, you told my daughter to do a deadly challenge and now she's dead. I was like,
you should be supervising your damn daughter.
One, I was like, don't leave the kid alone with Alexa. You can't, but Bezos ain't responsible for that shit. I was like, that's called bad parenting.
Bad.
That's bad parenting. Thank you, Charlie Murphy. The line will live on forever. All right, so all right, see you tomorrow, 1:00. We'll talk about the Tariq and shenanigans. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. He's gonna be locked up for a little bit, so I'm interested to see how he gets out, and got some ideas on how that may happen. So I didn't know. This has nothing to do with Symphony is British. I didn't know that because he's on the game. He said he gets to use his original accent. He's like, and I was like, what? Because we watched him on an interview. And he was like, hello. I was like, oh, what? And even the interviewer was like, what the fuck? I was like, you British? I was like, yes. Tea and crumpets and all that bullshit. I was like, oh, damn it. I was like, and then why would she do this? She asked him, so how do you feel about the thing of y'all taking our jobs? I don't get into that. Like, bitch.
I like the new South Park episode with the British instead of the Mexicans. The British are coming.
You know what I'm thinking about? Boondocks. If Boondocks come, if they actually try to pull that off, like without, it's gonna be hard to do without Grandpa. I don't want to watch it. I wouldn't want to watch it because that last season was straight shit, and I couldn't even finish it, bro. Like it's like this is horrible. But I was like, without Grandpa, it's not a show. They can't unless the kids grow up, and then it's not the Boondocks. You know, I mean, it's like you can't do the Simpsons without Homer Simpson. I mean. It's a family. Those kids haven't grown up in like almost 30 years now. Like they're always gonna be kids. Like shit. But I was like, yeah, I don't know.
My dad used to pick on me for watching it. It's like you're too old to be watching cartoons. And I was like, Dad is really funny. So I made him watching it and he was dying the whole episode. So that became our thing.
Oh.
Every Sunday we watched The Simpsons. And I think, was it Living Color or
I don't. No, I think
a thing on Sundays. It was like The Simpsons, and it was something else. I feel like it was in Living Color.
Living Color was
something else that used to come on because in Living Color it was like 30 minutes, and The Simpsons was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was the Tracy Ullman show. I think Tracy Ullman show was Saturday. Tracy Ullman show was Saturday. It was a Tracy Ullman show because The Simpsons was a sketch on that show and then became its own spinoff. And so I feel like I see your point. It is a Sunday show. It's a Sunday show. And I feel like A Living Color was also a Sunday show, but I think it came later. I mean, Simpsons been on forever. Every Sunday show has started off with The Simpsons before it, I guess. Because what else I was thinking Sundays? I thought Martin was Wednesdays. Martin was like Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was a weekend show.
It was like because Martin was Wednesday, like and Living Single.
I
gotta look it up.
I feel like it was a Living Color though.
If Living Color did come on Sunday, I feel like it came on Sunday. We would try to talk about it on Monday. Like Martin, same thing. Like when they kind of like replace each other. And I felt like it was Sunday.
This was like a shit network.
When they were well, you talking about like Married with Children, like they had like when they first were Married with Children was Saturday.
Yeah.
Married with Children was Saturday. Because then they had I used to watch Werewolf. It only lasted like a season, but but they had a show called Werewolf. Bean. Like Beaver Bean, it's kind of Bean show. Anyway, they had that. They had Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That was also a Sunday. That was a Sunday show. They had a lot. They had 21 Jump Street. I think 21 Jump Street was a Sunday show. I don't know. Anyway, just the 80s. I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever. And then Purple Rain. I don't know. Fox had nothing to do with that. I just want to say, I think about the 80s. I think about Purple Rain and Beverly Hills Cop. That's what I think about too. Eddie Murphy, basically. So Eddie Murphy just got to write that out, and Prince. I feel like those two men made the 80s for Black folks. I would submit.
Michael Jackson.
Yes, for a comedy TV show though, but like for Michael Jackson, yes. I'll also give you that because now again in the '90s, the '90s was like Living Color, Martin, so on and so forth. Def Comedy Jam before that because that's where Martin got his start off. When you can still do that. For Russell Simmons issues, poor guy. Oh, you got hit up for sexual harassment. You remember that?
Later, that's why he left the country, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm like, well, Def Comedy Jam came back, and they couldn't call it Russ Simmons Def Comedy Jam. It was just Def Comedy Jam. Yeah. So they took his name off and tried to keep it going. I was actually gonna put Pepe Le Pew on the thumbnail for this movie. I felt like he would have been appropriate because he's also someone who don't know what no means.
Like a little burglar or something.
A little thing. I was like, that would be good. I was thinking about that, but I was like, nah. He made
like a little thing. Little Boba said, "No means no."
See, I was like, I ain't trying to get me too for this video. I was like, got lots, got a lot of things going on. Anyway, I'm gonna watch the session. All right.